Hey guys, how you doing? We got a full face cam, full on video, very serious here, which I struggle with immensely. So definitely cut me some slack with any sort of heavy breathing. I get very low oxygen intake during these. I get very nervous for these types of videos for some reason, even though I've been doing them for the past 5 to 6 years. Who knows why? But that's just me, probably because I have this debilitating anxiety disorder and depression. So, anyway, good segue because this video details a treatment that I'm going to be undergoing called ECT. I'll get into what that is, what it means, and what it's going to do. But the reason that I'm making this is most of you that are in, my long-term audience or even short-term, I talk about it a lot. So um, I have struggled with depression and anxiety for a very long time. That's why I don't use the cam anymore. Why it's difficult for me to use the cam now. The anxiety mostly acts up with the cam now. Just something that kind of developed, and it's just more comfortable without it. But yeah, basically for the past 5 years to maybe around six, I've struggled with panic disorder and major depressive disorder with a bit of mood imbalance as well, which has been pretty debilitating. I had to drop out of school not once, not twice, but three times. Three times of attempting college and not being able to do it despite loving it because the anxiety and depression would just be too difficult to surmount, really. And I haven't been able to work in other types of jobs that I've tried years ago because of the anxiety. I've had a lot of trouble, even just in high school. Unfortunately, a lot of it started to present itself in around junior to senior year, where things got very difficult for me. The depression started to develop more and more in my more recent years, where it's gotten to a point where I've unfortunately had some extremely low lows, and I have not been able to bring myself out of them without I've been on medication for these 5 years, and I've also had at least one or two times I've had some serious near suicidal episodes, two hospitalizations, and a slew of rough times. So, if you didn't know that, that's just a brief background of why this procedure is something that I've been seeking out. Something that I've actually, my doctor recommended to me a while ago. Some friends have recommended. I know somebody even in the SMI community has actually went through this procedure and has had tremendous results. But I'll get into what the procedure is itself. So ECT is electroconvulsive therapy. It is basically a treatment where they take you into a hospital 3 times a week. I think it is the average for 2 to 3 weeks. They'll do 2 to 3 weeks of sessions. So it adds up to a bunch of times that you're going in, but they kind of spread it out every other day, and they lie you down. They give you anesthesia, and they basically administer a small shock to your brain that induces a mini seizure, which sounds scary but is very scientifically measured to try to kind of reset the way that the brain is functioning and to thereby allow more serotonin to spread evenly throughout the brain. There are certain areas that aren't getting enough of it in patients like myself, or patients that are treatment resistant, which is the type of depression that I've been diagnosed with as someone who's been on antidepressants for 5 years without any success, minimal success at least, small but some success. And yeah, I mean, it's a scary thing because this is something that's had a lot of negative stigma, some horrible stigma about it, and not just stigma, but some horrible practice about it. It has been misused throughout history. Some horrible people have used it to try to cure gay people as a means of correcting what they thought was a problem with their brains, and they would try to use it in such disgusting ways as that. And it's still done in certain places. Some people still illegally do that, though, like I said, it is illegal. But it's important to embrace that the misuse of this, because at the same time you can't really present this kind of thing to somebody who has heard that and not address that. Like my mom was not happy at all, and still isn't, but is accepting of it and understanding when I've showed her research. I've attached some research on it below that you can check out, any sort of stuff that you guys wanted to know about it, in case you've ever had somebody that's sought this out, or you just want to know more for yourself, or for any reason, or if you're worried about little me, then just know that I have done a ton of work on this and have put so much thought into it. And my girlfriend, who wants nothing but the best for me and has a very sound, reasonable mind about all these things, has been completely behind it in the best ways possible. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting to the point now where it's pretty much finalized. It's due to start up very soon. I should be hearing within a couple of days about an appointment for when I'll go in for the intake and everything, but I had the referral from the doctor, and looks like I'll be going to LIJ, which is Long Island Jewish. It is a very well-known program that they have there for the ECT specifically, and it's something that they take a lot of pride in, and they actually have a video on it as well, another thing that I'll link under this video. I just wanted to let you guys know, because it is something that's going to be, it's a major change for me. So I like to give you guys any big updates for me. If I join a team, if I join, if I'm doing anything, I like being really active with you guys and interacting with you as much as possible. This kind of stuff when I can. Unfortunately, it's difficult for me to do these types of videos, and I don't do them often because not a lot happens for me. My days, like I said, for the past 5 years, there haven't been any changes. I just keep going along the status quo for me, which is lying in bed for over half the day, streaming, eating, and going to see Jen when I can. And Jen's my girlfriend, by the way. And things have not been good. So it's definitely the time to try something like this. This treatment is known for allowing people that have treatment-resistant depression to get sort of a second chance. It's worked for a slew of people, large percent. It has it's either 80% or 85% success rate on people with treatment-resistant depression, and that doesn't mean that the 20% ends up having negative effects from this, but that they just don't get better. But 80% is huge when you think about the amount of medications that I've taken. Probably about 20 medications, different medications I've been on over the past 5 years. Possibly more, to be honest, because I'm only thinking about from my most current doctor, and I've been on some shit before that, and it's just been an awful process. Sometimes, unfortunately, medication doesn't respond with certain people, and it seems that I'm one of those people. I've gone through medical trials. I've gone through, of course, a lot of therapy, all different types of treatments that just have not worked out. And this sounds good. I seem scared now because it's coming, and when things get closer, it's scarier, but I'm very confident in this, and I feel like this is going to be something that allows me to finally get that resolution that I need, that peace, that actual turn for me. Things might actually start looking up for once. Maybe I can go back to school. Maybe I could start doing types of jobs that I'd like to do. Maybe I could start being kind of person that I'd like to be, and just functioning. I'm not functioning right now, and that's the important thing to remember of why I've been seeking this out. It's because I have not been able to function as just a normal human being, or normal, but as up to my potential. It's really what it comes down to. So that's what's made me want to do this. I've realized that it's been too many years of not functioning up to my potential, and I know that I can do more. And this is something that's got so much backing, so much research recently that's showing breakthroughs. The only thing keeping it back is that stigma of the ways that it's been misused. But it's had a huge turn And it's really just done miraculous work for people recently. I have I have an acquaintance in the Smite community who even got this done, and he had terrific results. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind if I name drop him, but I'm not going to, just for the sake of, in case he would, But yeah, and I've known a lot of people. I even know people who perform it. I know, I'm very close with my doctor who has performed it as well, and has a lot of patients that he's given treatment for, and they've all had just great times with it. Of course, some people haven't, but the thing is, the biggest side effects for it are short-term memory loss for about 2 to 3 weeks after the procedures, and headaches, dizziness, and that's all short-term kind of stuff. It's none of that is long-term effects, and there really haven't been any long-term documented effects in it as of late. So, back in the day when they were using it and didn't have, the right kind of technology or the right kind of measurements on what they were doing, that's when there were really serious ramifications for the people that underwent the procedure. But now it looks like something that can really make such a huge difference. But yeah, thank you guys for hearing me out as I rambled on about this. It's going to be a big change because, like I said, it's three times a week for at least 2 weeks. And the in between, who knows how it'll go. I will be having those headaches. I'm sure I'll be feeling a little bit different. It's going to be a trying time. So YouTube videos stream during that time might be just a bit lacking. I'm sure there's going to be some effect, especially the days that I have to go there. It's about an hour away, about an hour and 15 away. It's in Long Island. I'm in Staten Island, and it's problem is as well that it's also, this is one of the parts that I did not want to talk about as much, but it's something that needs to be said, and something that I'm going to be working my ass off to try to achieve. The money for this is a problem. It is going to be I'm going to put as much as I can into this. I'm going to just put a bunch of effort and credit and whatever into this, but I'm gonna have to be taking Ubers there for the most part when my girlfriend can't take me. She can't really take me most of the days because she has school throughout the week, very late in law school. So she doesn't, her schedule is not flexible at all. My parents, both of them, are just incapable of doing it, and I'm gonna probably be doing or actually, I'm definitely going to have a donation goal on my stream to try to raise some money, whatever I can, to try to pay off these Ubers, which sounds ridiculous, but you can't drive after the procedure, and it is an hour, and like I said, like hour and 15 away. And so the Ubers, I looked into it, I think it's like $86 per. So 86 twice a day for, what is that, like 12 visits? Yeah, it's gonna be rough. So like I said, if you if you absolutely want to, sorry to make this a necessary part of the video, but like I said, this is something that I'm giving my absolute all to, and I think this is something that can really turn my life around. So if that's an issue, I'm gonna try to address it by making sure that I can do the best I can to raise the money to try to get there and to make this happen. So yeah, if you're a big fan of the stream of the YouTube, definitely consider any small amount really helps. But if you can't, no worries at all. Just keep supporting, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys for everything. And yeah, like I said, that donation part will be on the stream, and I'll have just like a little goal for it. I'll try to do some longer streams to try to get some more attention for it, and let's hope this goes well. I've had some close calls here and there throughout my life now. Things have gotten pretty tough, but I think this is gonna work out. I really do. I feel like this could be it, and I'm really really fucking hoping, because it can't go on like this too much longer for me. I can't. So here's to things going the best possible way they can, and thank you guys for all the support you've given me throughout all these years, and just for being such an amazing audience.